What is up everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we are covering Bitcoin, and I'm going to be going through everything that should be happening this week on Bitcoin. Now last week we talked about Bitcoin resisting this level right here, the 0.618 level on the Fibonacci. It resisted it previously in August, and now it looks like it's rejecting it yet again with this red candle beginning. So what does this mean for Bitcoin? Well, we have this white line right here, which is a 0.236 level on the Fibonacci, which could act as a good support area. Again, we've rejected this area in the past, and we've also used it as a support in the past. So it would be a very healthy move for Bitcoin to reject this level, move down, consolidate here for a bit, get a few accumulations in and a few buy orders before we head up further. Now, one key piece of news that happened last week on Friday was MicroStrategy buying $458 million worth of Bitcoin, which now puts their total stake at around $9.9 billion of Bitcoin holdings, which is absolutely absurd. They're the largest Bitcoin holdings company in the S&P 500. Speaking of the S&P 500, if we take a look, we can see that last week it actually broke through to a new all-time high, and it's now using the previous all-time high as a support level. So what we could see on the S&P is some sort of move higher up, a consolidation here. As long as we stay above this level, we should be looking quite bullish on the S&P, which should in turn result in us looking quite bullish for Bitcoin. Now, one key thing that we need to cover is of course the heat map. So here we can see I have the 48-hour heat map, and we have a few liquidations building up. Obviously we had a huge move last week after the Fed rate cuts and even MicroStrategy buying Bitcoin, which allowed us to create a few liquidations and a lot of uncertainty in the market. So now we have a lot of liquidations just below 64,000 and also just above 62,000. So we're in this sort of pocket again where we could either clear the top liquidations first or clear the bottom liquidations first. It's really a sort of no man's land that we have here for Bitcoin. However, once we clear these, there should be a more confluential area that we can head to. Again, we are closer to these liquidations right here, and there is a lot more liquidations built up just above 62,000. So what we could see is a slight dump just below these lows. Again, the entire market, as you can see here on the right, is quite red. We have altcoins down 3%, Bitcoin down around 0.5%, and ETH down 1%. So we could see it dump slightly more and just clear these liquidations, or it could just do an absolute reversal on us and, you know, clear the liquidity above before we head down further, as we are looking quite bearish for the week ahead. However, if we take a look at the weekly chart, you can see a sort of similar story is painting out on here. However, here we have a lot more liquidations building up above the previous highs. Now, what that tells me is that a lot of people are entering shorts into the market as we approach that resistance level, as they believe that the market is going to head lower to the support level that we talked about. However, there is not enough liquidity in the market. So essentially what should happen is we clear those positions, all those short positions, we liquidate them, we clear the stop losses, which will add liquidity into the market, and then we will head lower then. So that is something that could very easily play out. Now, ETH, as we talked about in the previous video, we were talking about accumulations from the bottom half to 50% of this box, and it's now actually cleared the box. A lot of altcoins and the entire crypto market really did see quite a big boom last week. So if you were entering around here, then good job. I'd look to trim somewhere around now, as it is looking like it's weakening. You know, we should have headed to around 2.7k. However, now it's seeing a lot of retracement at 2.6k. So I'd look to take a few profits here on ETH. If you did a short-term trade, again, if you bought for the long term, I wouldn't even be looking at these areas right now. Areas to sell ETH, you know, are way higher at 3.8 to 4k. FET was another coin we talked a bit about last week, and FET has been absolutely blowing up. You know, it's at $1.60 right now, using this red box right here as a resistance area. And if it does resist this area, then again we should see a slight drop back down to around $1.40, maybe $1.36. It's sort of similar to the move that we saw here from 80 cents to around $1.36, and then we saw a move down, had a nice accumulation zone, pumped up, rejected the area slightly, and pumped through. So if we're able to play off a pattern like that quite similarly, something like this, and then clear above, then that will be very healthy for FET, and we should look to head way higher back to its, you know, all-time highs at nearly $4. Overall though, for altcoins to actually see an alt season and huge pumps, we need Bitcoin dominance to really see a slowdown. Now, Now, luckily for us, it has started to see a slight rejection area and it has started to slow down. As you can see here, once Bitcoin started pumping up a bit more, we saw Bitcoin dominance start to begin to fall. Now, the key area for Bitcoin dominance to break is going to be these lows right here. Once we are able to break these lows and Bitcoin is able to break past these highs, then we will see an alt season occur, as when Bitcoin dominance falls and Bitcoin rises, alts usually absolutely rally in the market. Now, another thing that happened last week was us crushing the markets inside the Discord. We're sending out trades every single day and they are absolutely obliterating the market. Check out the wins that we had on the screen right now, and if you do want to get these trades, then join the Discord, which is linked down below. It will be the first link in the description. So yeah, overall for Bitcoin, what I expect is for us to clear above these highs, liquidate those shorts, and then see a move finally back down to this support area. I think this would be the most healthy move for Bitcoin. Again, if anything changes in the market, I will be updating you guys throughout the week, and make sure to leave down below in the comments other coins you want me to analyze. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and if you need a place to trade Bitcoin or any other crypto, then check it out in the description below as well. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, guys.